are. We're doing another episode for our podcast.
We're doing a podcast?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know if you know that.
I love podcasts.
Okay, good. Well, I'm
great.
glad you're coming around.
Yeah, they're fun.
As always, we'd like to thank our sponsors. We have Ryan and Darren with Hop Mortgage.
Yep.
And we have, obviously, Sarah Gallegos with Open Escrow, right in Mission Valley.
That is correct.
With all your escrow needs. Mm-hmm. And then we also have another sponsor, Lexi Hutchins with First American Title.
That's correct.
Handles
Thanks, guys.
all of our escrow,
you guys
lending,
are our favorites.
and title needs.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we'll give them a slow clap. There's the golf clap. Yeah. You guys owe us.
So I thought we'd try something new. In the old days, when the mailman came to your door, he had like a mail bag.
Right, I always like that.
Yeah, so they call it like the mail
what
bag.
came in the mail today?
Yeah, so let's see. So I'm gonna read you something that we got in our mail bag right here.
Oh, funny. All right, let's do this.
All right. Dear property guys.
I like it.
My mom and dad are getting very old. They live in Northern California, and my husband and I are thinking of relocating them down here to San Diego.
Okay, yeah.
But we do need some sort of space for them to live in so they feel like they're living the same lifestyle they were prior.
Okay.
We think that we're probably going to need to find another home. What kind of home would you recommend us looking for, and what could be done to accommodate my parents?
Okay.
Her name's Darla, by the way, from San Mateo.
San Mateo. Mm-hmm. Darla, well, thank you, Darla, for the wonderful question.
Thank you, Darla.
Hope the weather's up there in San Mateo is beautiful. I'm sure it is. And good news is we can help you with something like this. So my best suggestion, this is a common occurrence. Everyone's parents are getting older. At some point, you want them closer to you so you can help take care of them. And some parents, they actually need it.
Yeah.
So my best suggestion is look for a property that has a pretty good lot size.
Yeah.
Look for a home that might be updated or could have been updated at some point to open it up a little bit. But what we're really doing is we're creating a space where we can add an ADU for your parents, and they could have their own little separate living
Explain
quarters.
what ADU stands for and what it means in this county, in San Diego County.
Did I go into realtor lingo again? I'm sorry.
Yep.
So
okay.
ADU is an attached
dwelling.
I cannot.
Attached.
An attached dwelling unit to the property that you already own or you are purchasing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's almost like building it from scratch. It is building it from scratch in some instances where you can do a bedroom with a master bath and they have their own little quarters. It's all to themselves. It's mom and dad's area. They have a little yard off the back.
Yeah.
You can make it very nice.
So what you're saying is you can take a traditional home and create that space for them separately, and then you could, they're on the same property and they can take care of it.
They're very close by, yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I think that's a great idea.
And then, depending on our budget too, sometimes there's really big homes out there. There could be 2,500, 3,000 square foot homes. And it's just a matter of maybe rearranging the floor plan a little bit. And you can create the whole, their own area in a wing of the house per se.
That's
too.
true. Yeah. And we're finding is we get a lot of these kind of emails, and we call them letters, but they're really emails.
They're letters to us.
They're letters.
They're love letters.
But we get a lot of this going on now because, the baby boomer generation was the biggest as far as the population. They're getting older, and those are our parents, and unfortunately they are getting older, and we don't want to put them into convalescent hospitals and retirement homes, things like that. We'd like to take care of them in our own home, but they need their own space to do so. So this is a good solution.
Yeah, I think so. It works well for everyone involved, and you get, like you're saying, you get to keep your parents close. It's important.
Yeah. So what's in my mailbag?
So, you just ruined the surprise. I actually had a special letter for you right here. Look at this.
I thought you might.
Right here in my hot little hands.
This seems like a bit a little bit, doesn't it? But yeah, it's so good.
All right, let me read this. Funny guy. Okay. Dear property guys. I recently bought a home. I've been shopping for flooring. There seems to be too many types of floors for me to understand what to buy or what would be good for my current situation in my property. Can you please shed light on the different types of floorings and ones I should consider putting into my house? I live in Encinitas, California.
Oh, actually done Encinitas. I like the anonymous letter too, just Encinitas.
I know. We got an anonymous one.
So this is a complicated question, but it's something that a lot of people get confused about. So you have, when you're talking about solid surface flooring, which is assuming what they're talking about now, carpet obviously, you've got...
I think being close to the beach, that's what they're...
Yeah, so you have hardwood flooring, and that means that it's actually hardwood all the way through. You have engineered flooring. Engineered flooring has a substrate of plywood with real wood on top. Then you have what they call luxury plank vinyl, which is a vinyl waterproof product. So down at the beach, that might be something they could consider. And it looks like wood. It clicks together. It floats on top. but it's waterproof. So you can put it in the bathroom, the kitchen, etc. On top of that, you would have laminate. Laminate would be the cheapest of these four.
Right.
But it also absorbs water. It can swell. It can separate. It's not as durable as the other three options. So if I had to guess, down in Encinitas, I probably would either do luxury plank vinyl.
Okay, I can see that.
Or I might do engineered. Engineered's okay because you get the look of hardwood on top, but then underneath you have the stability of plywood. So plywood can handle moisture a little bit better in the air.
Right.
And the wood doesn't swell as much.
Well, I actually have a question. I'm going to ask a question for them. So, some popular flooring is the tile flooring.
Yeah.
It looks like tile. Wood, but it's a tile, and you grout it and you thin set it.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Is there any benefit for using something like that by the beach, or is it kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be fantastic. I just obviously completely forgot about tile.
No, well, okay. That's what I'm here for.
No, but no, that is a good point. Though. So they do make a lot of tile that looks like wood. So even if you wanted to have a wood look floor, you can use tile. I would say the installation aspect of that is much more expensive, and there's more to it. So for example, your substrate has to have like a backer board that has to be screwed down first. Mm-hmm. Then you have the thin set. Then you have the tile. Then you have the grout. So your labor is likely double to triple the cost.
That's a good point.
Per square foot.
Yeah.
Compared to doing the other types of flooring that we've talked about. So
very interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for interesting things.
Well, thanks for the question, guys. Keep them coming in.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And we'll answer them as best we can, anyways.
Yeah. So before we get into other things here.
Yeah.
What's going on in real estate today? What's our like? Let's just talk about one hot topic here in San Diego, like an area like Claremont.
Okay.
Claremont's super hot right now. Where did that come from? What is going on over there?
That's a good point. So there's these bubbles in San Diego, and they pop up every decade. And Claremont is super on fire right now.
I know, it's crazy.
So here's my take on it. Mm-hmm. So Claremont is a really good location in San Diego as far as the county is concerned, because it's right next to the beach. You can get next to your freeways. There's good schools all around it.
Right.
So it's easily accessible for a lot of things that San Diego has to provide.
Makes sense.
But also, here's the other, it's kind of the rub for most buyers, not every buyer. But all those people who can't buy at the beach, who want to buy at the beach, inevitably what they do is they jump on the other side of the 5, and bam, you're in Claremont.
I know.
And so that is what, I think that's really what's fueling a lot of this.
Yeah. It's been insane though. I mean, property values
it is nuts.
Seem like they've gone up 20% in the last 3 years. I think so.
You can see that in certain zip codes, we appreciate every year out here, which is good for all sellers.
Yeah.
But I mean, in certain zip codes, it can just skyrocket.
And we have a client, Dawn. Hi, Dawn.
Dawn, we're talking about.
So she's looking at Claremont, Sierra Mesa, and Linda Vista, and I think we've written 5 offers for her, and they've all had multiple offers.
Yes, and they're fixers. Mm-hmm. They're 2-bedroom, 1-bath fixers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they had like 15 offers on one.
It's crazy. With everything going on, one of the things I think that you and I believe in, and our team, Tammy as well, is trying to really take ownership of your own health.
Right.
And health is a very complex thing. There's psychological health, there's health, there's emotional health, there's physical health, there's nutrition, there's exercise. So we've got today, I'm going to let you introduce your friend here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, we're very proud to have Thomas Padilla on our podcast today.
Awesome.
And so I'll give everyone a little...
Thanks for coming.
I'll give everyone a little backstory to Big Tom right here. So I was working out. We just bought a place down in Bonita. And I would go to 24-hour fitness. I must have been sticking out like a sore thumb. Tom walks up to me and is just like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing? Notice you're using that machine wrong." Although he's much more polite than that. He didn't say that.
That's funny.
But, he offered, "Hey, come train with me one day." And I did. It was free. It was good. A good
Did you think he was trying to pick you up at first, by the way?
Well, kind of.
Or you weren't sure?
I kind of figured. Right? We worked out that one day, right? And the bromance started from there. We just started pumping iron all the time.
Yeah.
Tom, I brought a special little thing to show everyone.
Check it out.
This is the hardest shirt I ever earned in my entire life. Is all thanks to Tom right here. This is my
nice
Super Frog.
This is my Super Frog Iron Man shirt.
Yeah, well done.
Yep.
Tom trained me, got me ready for that Ironman. It was one of the best things I ever did with my life. So thank you very much for that, Tom.
Thank you, Glenn, and thank you, Fred,
Absolutely.
for having me on the podcast as a guest too. And I mean, you killed it, man. That's why your name is Super Frog. It's in my phone now, right. So it's Glenn Super Frog Douye.
I love it.
Always referred to it. And then I mean, you wouldn't believe it. The first day I met Glenn, he was doing bicep curls on the leg extension machine, and so I was like, okay, buddy, I don't know what you're doing here, but let me show you how this works.
I was a lost little puppy.
Let me show you how this fitness game works, and then that bromance started, man. It's been good ever since.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So you're just give us a little bit about you, as a person. So where are you from originally?
Yeah.
I think you went to school locally, right?
Yeah. So I'm San Diego, California, born and raised. I went to San Diego City College, Southwestern College. I was originally a baseball player too, playing junior college baseball. Yeah. When I was 20 years old, I decided to go right into personal training. So I got hired at 24 Hour Fitness Broadway. I worked there for about 2.5 years. Then I got promoted to 24 Hour Fitness Bonita, which is where I met Super Frog.
That's right.
And I was there for about 1.5 years. And then when I was 25, I opened up my own THP Fitness, which again, Glenn, Super Frog Douye, helped me find. I remember the specific day where I wanted to open my own business, and I shot Glenn a text. I said, hey, Glenn, man, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I was nervous. I was 25. They said, no, you don't know anything about business. You'll be back in a month.
Haters,
you don't know
man.
what you're doing.
Don't listen to haters.
I was like, hey,
Don't
man,
listen
could you just find some local spots? Glenn sent me a list of 6 places, and the very first one I went to was beautiful. I rolled into the lot. It was a big open parking lot with little business openings right there on the side, beautifully landscaped right there in Chula Vista. And I was like, man, I poked in my eyes into the building. I was like, wow, this is perfect. Like, I felt it inside. Right. Talked to the landlord, boom, great connection. I was like, wow. I felt like this rush because I was like, man, everything is so perfect. And I was like, man, am I really going to do this? You know, exactly. I pulled the trigger, and it's been 3 years, and I've been killing it. And it's been such a pleasure, you know, to be my own boss and to do what I love every single day. And health and fitness has been a big part of my life, and it goes back all the way to when I was 7 years old, chubby little kid, eating everything in sight. Right. Then I lost weight to play Pop Warner football, and I practiced dieting when I was 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old.
Okay.
And now that's something I've carried with me all the way to where I'm at now, you know, and now I have a deep passion for it, and this is why I love helping other people try to get to where they are and get to where they want to be.
Excellent.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Well, part of the reason I love working out, and I love working out with Tom, is I like to work out in the morning. I know you do too.
Sure do.
But it gets your body in a good state. You got those endorphins going. You got the blood flowing. It clears your brain. And it gets you it puts you in the right frame to help someone else. Absolutely. So you're helping me or helping us, so we can help someone else. So I'm pretty sure that's paying it forward, right?
Yeah, that's the concept of pouring into your own cup. You know, it's hard to pour into other people's cups and to be that provider and to have that energy, to have that enthusiasm when you're not pouring into yourself first. So that's where I love, you know, with my clients too, and I could see that in their life when I help them start to turn the light and shine it onto their own life, how it just immediately radiates into their relationships, their business, finances.
Talk a little bit about that. I think that's a really interesting aspect people don't think about with fitness. Fitness, like I said, fits into the whole health aspect of ourselves, right? So we have to take care of ourselves. And this is a big piece of it. And there's a definite psychological, emotional effect that being active and being involved in fitness gives you that you don't even really understand. Can you talk a little bit about the physiological part of it?
Yeah, absolutely. It reminds me of a quote from Jim Rohn. It says that all disciplines affect each other. And there's some things in life that matter more than other things. It's very true, but there's nothing in life that doesn't matter. And so when you can focus on the discipline of your health and the discipline to wake up and to stick to a committed routine and maybe to have an apple instead of a bag of chips, and these little disciplines that you start to rack up, you start to build this little internal state where you're starting to take care of yourself. You build this momentum, and it's like, how could that not help you to maybe make that extra just little call, or maybe check in with that client that maybe you would have just left in the back burner and be like, no, I need to touch on that client and make them feel important too, you know, because I just feel it. So I think that everything is interrelated with your health. So if you could focus on this specific discipline, which you can control, you know, you can't control what's going on in society. You can't control sometimes your environment and stuff, but you can't control your attitude and you can't control your actions. And so when you focus on that, which is what I work on with my clients, everything kind of bleeds into it.
Yeah. That's a great point though.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
Wonderful point.
So when you bring on a client, like a new client, and like you did with Glenn,
Yeah.
is there kind of a commonality of things where there's always something that maybe like right off the bat you can help with? What is the most common thing you see in people when they come in your door?
Yeah.
That you need to really instantly help them with?
Yeah, I think one thing that separates me is I take what's called a client-centered approach, where I'm not a guru, when it comes to everything, when someone's trying to get better with the health, what do they eat? What do I eat? Do I eat low carb? Do I eat high carb? Am I supposed to lift weights? Am I supposed to do cardio?
Right.
Is it better to train in the morning or is it better to train at night? Can I not eat past 7 o'clock? Or, what happens? Should I intermittent fast for the first part of the day? And so with what I do with my clients is I take a very client-centered approach, and I'm kind of like a diet and nutritional agnostic. I don't really adhere to any specific strategy. I think that they all have value.
Sure.
And so it's about me learning Glenn. Okay, Glenn, what are your goals, man? Let me know a little bit about you. What is your lifestyle like? Do you have family? Do you have kids? Where do you live? How much stress do you have on a certain day? How many hours of sleep are you getting on a consistent basis? What does your nutrition look like right now?
Exactly.
Where
And
do
I
you want
actually
it to be?
remember when we very first met, it was just a conversation we were having just like we are now, and you're asking me, hey, what do you eat now? When do you eat? How much do you eat? And I'm going through all the questions, but it really helped you figure out me.
Yeah.
And then you tailor-made an entire diet and exercise routine for me.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
From top to bottom.
Yep. And so for me, it's about kind of pulling in all these factors. And the more that I can sit in Glenn's seat, it's like, okay, I want to sit in Glenn's seat. I want to understand everything that he's going on and understand where he wants to be. And what are just one little steps I can take? So what's one little habit that I can get Glenn working on that's going to get him towards his big goal, that we can break up this big goal into just very small little pieces over time.
What's the
Stop drinking so much beer. That was rule number one.
We're still working on that.
Yeah, we're still working on that one.
That's a hard one.
So what's the most common thing that people have problems with? Is it eating? Is eating the hardest one? Consistency. Okay, so that's
with it.
That's good.
Overlooked.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Do you find that consistency is something that you can train yourself on? I'm assuming
Absolutely,
habitually,
100%.
right?
It's a skill.
And then,
Start small.
and then it'll cross over into other areas of your life, I would
Yeah,
assume too, right?
A specific diet's really not important. A specific exercise routine, but doing whatever you're doing consistently is important too. And so that's kind of where I work together, and that's where I think of my strength as a coach is getting to people to understand the big picture, understanding that we have to break it up into smaller pieces, and what can we do just so I can get you every single day taking little votes in favor of change. And as we take a step back in 3 months, we're like, wow, look at all these little things that you've done, and look how you are down 10 pounds, and you didn't really do anything too crazy, honestly. We've just been taking small little habits, and they're in the driver's seat. So breaking it up, I think, is very important. Consistency.
So talk about the other thing I think it's interesting too. So Thomas has his own facility. It's not a traditional gym, right? But I guess we're finding, especially with everything that's gone on, with everybody trying to work out from home or do what they can to stay fit, this kind of training, though, is becoming more prevalent than it would have been prior because, the gyms were closed down for 3 months, right? The traditional gyms.
Yep.
So that means people had to get more creative, and they need people like you. So talk about the difference in the type of training you're doing versus when you go to like a 24-hour fitness or something.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that the in-house gyms and the box gyms, they have a place because it's nice to show up and see Fred and work out and slap hands with someone after you do a nice set or whatever it is, and maybe get that coach right there. But a lot of what we do, it's we're in 2020, so as we get into 2025 and 2030, I think it's only going into the model of becoming more efficient, easier, more flexible. You can adhere to this routine wherever you are at in the world to these online platforms, the online stages, and this habit-based program. Like even with what I do with my clients, the online program I have for a year, they can do. Doesn't matter if they go to vacation in Europe for a year or the habits and the exercise routine. It's flexible. Whether they want to work out at a gym, whether they can have equipment at their home, whether we have to just do a quick workout one day. There's flexibility with my programs. When it comes to the nutrition, we just focus on one little area at a time, and over the course of a year, we're able to take a look back and be like, wow, we've made a big dent in your nutritional choices. Now you're getting enough protein and carbs and fats in your body. Now you understand how to rest and how to de-stress a little bit better. Now you understand the mindset behind it, how to eat slower and how to be more mindful. And honestly, I can do this with whatever client in the world too. So I think that as we get into the future, these are the things that are going to only be a bigger platform and more efficient for people too. People live busy lives, and so like even with the classes
you
now
can fit
too.
in your workout whenever you want.
Yeah,
It's
we were even
much
talking
easier.
about it, how much easier it is to come home and, instead of having to go home and grab your gym bag, go to the gym bag, fight for parking, get inside and get your workout number, and then get inside. Now you could just get on home, throw the clothes on, pop the video on, and bam, get right into your favorite trainer with your equipment that you have at home too. So it depends. It depends on the person, but I think that area and that industry is going to keep getting bigger and bigger as time goes.
Well, I mean, given the situation we're in, we're talking about doing these workouts at home, but at some point soon, you could do these workouts at the beach. You could do them at the park.
Yeah,
right.
You could be out in the sun and getting your vitamin D and working out too. So, I mean, I think the possibilities of this could be endless.
Yeah.
And the whole world is your customer at that point.
Absolutely. It's super fun too.
That's
Like even the
We're
workouts
gonna
we
make
do.
Tom world famous.
Absolutely. I love getting outside too. When we've done the Spartan training workouts. You guys have seen it firsthand. Going to Montgomery High School, running up the bleachers and climbing up monkey bars and doing all that stuff. A lot of that stuff's fun too. So there's a lot of flexibility in how we can help.
So,
exactly.
question: what is your favorite exercise?
Oh man.
Or strength training thing? You know what I mean? Like everybody has their thing, right? Some guys like bench press.
I know what mine
are doing
is.
curls.
Yeah.
Some guys like pull ups. Like what's the one where you're like, man, this really gets me pumped up, and this is the one.
Gotta love some heavy weight training. And
I
it
know.
always feels good.
I think I know what Tom's gonna say.
There's a time and a place for it, but when you're feeling real jacked up and everything's feeling, your joints feel great, your lower back's feeling good, your knees are feeling great, you throw 300 pounds on your back and you're like, wow, that feels light today.
Yeah.
Those are great days, man. Those are always some really great days, but I can't knock running up a hill a couple times with the beautiful sun. I mean, I'm looking outside, I'm seeing sun dancing off the leaves out there and having fresh air, running on the beach, maybe getting a group of 30 people and running up bleachers everything, honestly. I have so much fun with every certain aspect, and I think that's a good point too, because what I try to teach my clients, or even maybe a message to put out there, is you have to enjoy what you're doing. If you like weight training, do weight training. If you hate weight training, don't do weight training.
There's so much different as we develop and learn more about our bodies. There's so many different types of workouts out there.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of space for you to figure out what you do best. And just go with it, like you're saying.
Absolutely.
It might be a yoga, it might be Pilates, it might be a mixture of everything.
Yeah, it goes back to that consistency point. Whatever, if you enjoy what you're doing, you're going to have a lot bigger chance to do it consistently, whether it's walking outside.
Now, with that being said, what about the guy who argues, hey, I really enjoy just sitting on the couch with a bag of chips and a six pack.
Yeah, I like to sit
this
down.
This is
with
my
that
thing
guy.
right here. What about that guy?
I like to have a conversation with that guy. I'm sure I could help him out.
Exactly. Well, if you want to sit on the couch and eat more chips and drink more soda or beer, then you should work out.
So you can do it.
See what I work on with my clients is that's fine. If you like to drink soda and sit on the couch too, that's fine. We're not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on what are the little steps that I can get you to start doing. And I'm going to shine the light on that. And I guarantee, because I've had clients like that too that don't have any motivation. They sit in me specifically, Tom, I'm not motivated. That's the big thing. It's like you don't have to be motivated. That's the thing. And you have to get rid of this fact that you have to think you have to be motivated for anything, because it's a fleeting phenomenon. It's not always going to be there. There's going to be times when you feel motivated, and there's going to be times where you're just like, I really just don't want to do anything right now. And so that's where a good coach comes in, and he can keep you goal oriented. He can focus you on just on little tiny steps that you can do even on your worst day. I bet I can get you to take a little 5-minute walk and track it with my beautiful app that keep you accountable. I can see it.
For everybody out there that's listening, let's say that they're not in your area and they want to go in person. What are the things that somebody out there can look for when they're choosing a trainer to work with? What are the things you could recommend?
I think one of the biggest things is like I said, how kind of I feel like I'm this diet and exercise agnostic. I'm not going to really force, I'm not going to push a round peg through a square hole with a client, So I think that working with a coach that can sit down and understand you and have that client-centered approach and understand, Fred, what is it that you want, man? What's important to you, and why do you want to do this too? And what are the variables around your life, and how can we focus on a plan that's going to get you to where you want to be with whatever you like? Like I said, if you want to do heavy weight training, cool. Let's focus on that. If you want to just get outside and do hikes, that's fine. I can help you with that too. Or you want to run a freaking half marathon or do a half Ironman like Super Frog over here.
After you rode 56
I can help you with that too.
Mile.
Yeah. And so, but I think that sitting down and having a coach that's going to work with you where you're at, that's very important too.
So it's very personality driven, right? If you think about it, you either make a connection with that person or you don't.
I think that's super important. Really overlooked.
Well, that's life in general too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Absolutely. For healthy relationships, healthy business partners, everything. You know, you want to have that connection, that trust, and to not necessarily have me talking down to clients. That's not the way it works. I should be looking you right here. And,
I will say, because Tom did train me, obviously established that. Very motivating. It's very supportive too. It's like, come on, Glenn, get another one. Come on, you got it, dude. You're owning it. You're gonna get it. Do it. You know what I mean? And so I think that's excellent in the fact that you read me and you knew what I need to get through the workouts. Some people might need a softer touch. Some people you might need to go harder on.
That's very true.
Yeah.
You're weak.
Such a good point. Yeah, because there's some people that just are not going to respond.
Yeah.
They will shut down. You start yelling at them and stuff like that. They will not come back.
Right.
You know, I remember a little funny story. When I was 24 Hour Fitness and I was 20 years old and I was maybe my first 3 months, I had trained a guy. His name was Armando, a skinny kid, you know, and new, a little shy, a little quiet. And I just put him through a workout that was just way too hard. Way too much time under tension. He got sick.
Oh, no.
And then he had to run to the bathroom.
no,
And I was standing there with my clipboard. I was like, oh, damn. I was like, this is not good. You know, and then he came back. I was like, you all right, man? You feeling okay? Yeah, okay. We wrapped it up. Never came back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Never. So, you know, I think working with the coach that's going to meet you where you're at, understand how you need to be pushed. Ask you, too, Glenn, how do you like to be motivated? How do you like to be coached? What are you looking for in a coach?
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's some of the questions I ask my clients when I'm working with them.
Yeah.
You know, Glenn, what do you look for in a coach? And that's great little notes that I take. Okay, cool. I understand.
Well, we appreciate you coming, man, and
Yeah, it's been
you know,
great.
sharing all this with us and our audience out there. I think that one of the things we've learned, and like Tom was saying, we all did a Spartan race together. He helped train us. It was great.
Yeah.
And I think one thing we've learned is that it's not like, I mean, for some people fitness is a vain thing. It's an aesthetic, but really it's more of a lifestyle thing, which is what you're talking about. And when you have a healthy lifestyle, which fitness fits into, that means that you're sharper. That means that you can help other people.
Correct.
You know, it keeps us sharper, keeps our minds more acute.
tune,
and able to make better decisions and be more upbeat with people. Like, you know, we have less bad days because we're keeping ourselves healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, right?
Finding your why is super important.
Yep.
It's a great point.
Yeah. Well,
So,
we'll for sure have all Tom's information.
Yeah, so
On the
THP
podcast,
Fitness. So what's up next for
Yeah, do
THP
your
Fitness?
THP
We got a couple
Fitness.
minutes here
Okay,
to wrap.
yeah.
Let's
If
go.
you're looking to get a hold of THP Fit, search THP Fit on Instagram. You can type in THP Fitness on Facebook. You can find me on there. A lot of information. I post, you know, exercise videos, content,
Cool.
a lot of things about mindset, nutritional tips too as well. Even if you're looking to get maybe some coaching too, you know, you can get coaching a lot of different places, you know, but you know, I offer a year-long program too that really works on the real habits and behaviors that are conducive to change, not a specific fad diet, no short-term plans or nothing like that too.
Just
So
keep building little healthy habits.
absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. I like that incremental habit building.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
And
yeah.
so if you're looking to get some help out there, you know, reach out to me. You know, I'd love to get to know you a little bit and see what would be the best fit for you.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming by.
Couldn't endorse Big
So,
Tom enough, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Thank you guys.
doing
Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Glenn.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. You guys
So,
having me.
When are we doing our next Spartan?
yeah,
October 24th.
they pushed it.
That's
Is
when
it
they
still
pushed
going to
it
be here
back
in
to?
San Diego?
Yep, all our tickets have been automatically transferred to that race. We don't have to do anything. We're just gonna what are we in June? So once we get a little closer, we'll start running around doing bleachers and
Right on.
climbing up things and crawling under things again.
You said October 24th?
October 24th, Saturday.
Are we,
Well,
so we
is
might
that-
have to dress up for that. It's
We
going
might
to be a
have to.
Halloween Spartan.
I already have my
Ooh.
costume.
What are we going to
so-
dress up as?
You know what? I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I was going to
What?
be the boss this year.
Oh, which boss?
Ooh.
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, by the way, what's he the boss of exactly?
Cheesy 80s songs.
Yeah.
But I figured the COVID no
Bruce-
cut, I'm going to have the Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen would be pretty.
And I
funny,
could
actually.
put a handkerchief in my back pocket and wear a
could
tight
definitely
shirt.
do that. You could
That's
do
like
that.
what I wear anyways, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pull out my Tony Perkis heavyweights costume too from Ben Stiller back
Nice.
in the '90s movie.
Nice, yeah.
I
That's
had that
awesome.
one last year, the spandex suit. So I think I'm gonna have to bring that out.
Nice.
I haven't really
It's
thought
settled.
about this year yet.
It just
What are
dawned
we
on
gonna
me,
be?
so.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got to have
man.
fun with it.
we'll figure it
There you
out.
That's right.
Well, now that we've gone down the Halloween rabbit hole, I guess we should figure out
We're getting way ahead of us.
when we come back next week and we do our podcast, kind of what we're going to do. So I guess we need to wrap it up, guys, because
Yeah, it's about time to
we got to
wrap
figure
this
out what the hell
puppy
we're
up.
going to do next week. So thanks for tuning in to
Yeah.
the Property Guys podcast and our fantastic guest, Thomas Padilla.
Padilla.
Again, guys.
Thank you so much.
If you have any questions, keep them coming in. We'd
Yeah.
love to answer them.
Yeah, we'll
we think
check-
we did a good job.
We'll check
at
the
it.
mailbag every day. We'll
Yeah.
just see what's out there. All right, peace, guys.
Later, guys.